Hi, this is John Reed, johnerp.com. I'm live at SAP TechEd 2009 doing another ad hoc video by the Community Clubhouse, and I'm joined by a very special guest, Anne Rosenberg, who I sometimes think of as the goddess of BPM at SAP. I actually consider Anne to be one of the 2 or 3 most important thinkers in the entire company, so it's a true privilege to be sharing my time with her right now. So welcome, Anne.
Oh, thank you so much.
So I want to start with BPM and the keynote because we heard Vishal Sikka mention the importance of BPM, emphasizing that in his address. And I find that sometimes people, when they see that, they think, well, must be hype. So is it hype or does it matter? And if it does matter, why does BPM matter right now?
Yeah, and I must say I was actually very thrilled to hear this in the keynote, because normally what you expect at Tech is not to have that kind of business-oriented view on a topic like business process management at all. And no, BPM is absolutely not a hype. If you look at business process management comes from the process management evolution, which have been going on for many, many years, where we came from BPE and BPR, and we have Six Sigma and Lean, and so on. And the reason why business process management now is so extremely important, which was also outlined in the keynote yesterday, for 2 days ago, is that based on the financial situation, we see that many companies are now dealing with business model innovation, where they need to rethink the way they do business, the way the model of the business should be executed. And as we all know, business model innovation is linked to operational excellence, and operational excellence is actually equal to business process management. So therefore, business process management matter extremely a lot right now. And from an IT perspective, which therefore it was very cool that we had this topic at TechEd, is that we also know that working with IT is one of the key enabler for doing model innovation. We can just look at Amazon selling books. Selling books is not a unique thing, but selling it the way they do it via the internet is a unique process, a unique IT combination. So therefore, by linking what was done in the keynote, business model innovation, to business process management, and then link it to the new way of working with technology, this is kind of the key thing, and this is very important.
Mm-hmm. Now, we know that BPM is more than just a tool, and SAP is taking an approach to BPM that is more than just about the tool. But there is a lot of interest in the tool formerly called Galaxy, now known as NetWeaver BPM. Can you give us our viewers an update on where that tool stands now in terms of functionality and readiness?
Yeah. What is very nice about Galaxy, or now it's of course called NetWeaver BPM, is that this is what we equal to Business Process Management Suite, also the definition that Gartner is using, Business Process Management Suite. And this is a tool where you can do business to model and modeling to execution in one tool, where you can compose application, where you can work with rules, where you can do reporting of process performance. And this is the type of BPM technology that you need today to be able to support a BPM initiative within the companies. And this is exactly what Galaxy or NetWeaver BPM is contributing with. What we have been seeing, because here at TechEd we have been talking a lot about NetWeaver BPM 7.2, is a lot of great new features in the area of rules, is in the composing area, where it's much more now user-friendly towards the business people. It's also in the area of reporting that it has improved, and then we also have the common process layer, where it's not just about modeling your own practices, but also the best practices. So you can say a lot of great improvement have been added to NetWeaver, the 7.2 version, which is coming out.
Now we're getting to the part of the interview I was really looking forward to, which has to do with the urgency of BPM and BPX skills, because many times listeners of my work tell me they think it's a little bit futuristic, that it's not about now, it's about maybe the future. That's not what their companies are needing now. And what I try to get across to them is that this is rapidly changing. And I've heard you say that the days of the functional silo consultant are numbered, and we also know that SAP itself is putting all of its application consultants through the BPM curriculum in the next couple of years. So can you tell us your take on these themes?
Yes. We shall first take it from SAP perspective. So what we are doing within SAP from a consulting perspective, we have this entire field service organization where we have a lot of application consultants and business consultant and technology consultant and so on. And we are totally aware of that we need to transform the skills, because now it's not about only knowing bits and bytes and functions. Now it's about really knowing end-to-end processes and knowing not just within the SAP application, but really understand a process from a broad perspective. So what we initiated in the beginning of the year was a startup of changing the skill set of our consultants. So we have launched an education BPX for associate professionals, where people will go through this training and to really learn what an end-to-end process is. They will learn about what SOA and composing is. They will learn that when they implement a process improvement, because we do not run IT projects anymore, we run process improvements, they really need to look into that. Yeah, might be you need to configure it, might need to make an enhancement, or you need to compose, or look for a third-party solution, because all of that is equal. So therefore we have this huge transformation going on within SAP. Therefore, in the future, we will not call application consultant anymore, but we will call them process consultants. If we look at what is happening at the partner community, which is very, very exciting, is that the partners are fully aware of that the days is over where you could bring out a bus full of consultants and have them working on a project maybe for 1 to 2 years. So they are right now changing their business models. So we are right now seeing the smaller new consultant companies popping up all over the world, calling themselves the second generation SAP partners, where the specialities is business modeling, composing, and really strong industry knowledge. What the big partners companies are doing, like Accenture and IBM and Deloitte and so on, they are right now bringing people from the SAP business units together with people from the Six Sigma Lean business unit and some business process management people, and then they are creating a new business unit within their company, which they call business process management practices. So we are seeing a huge transformation in the consulting area, and we also know from the different partners that BPM is one of the topics that they really are investing in heavily, and they're fully aware of that they need to change their business model to be able to generate business going forward.
One thing that I find is many people still are not aware that there actually is a formal BPX certification, which you were heavily involved with the curriculum on. So maybe you could tell us, why would an individual or a project team want to explore BPX certification, and what could that do for them professionally?
It can be very black and white right now, but you can see that there is the old way of implementing SAP and there is the new way of implementing SAP. And if you want to be on the train implementing SAP in the new way, you need to have the BPM skill set, adapt to the BPM skill set. And the BPM skill set is what you learn in the BPX Associate and Professional Education. Because here you will learn about how you really look at the as-is to be process. You are learning how to map the to be process to the solution, and the solution, the business suite. You learn about the SOA-oriented architecture. You learn the different composing tools, how to work with that. And this is exactly what you need to know. I actually want to say you're obligated to know if you want to implement a SAP solution at a customer side. So what I see right now is that what our customer needs to be very careful about is that when they are getting in consultants to support them running SAP projects, they really need to check up the skills, because either you can implement SAP in the old-fashioned way or in the new way. And of course, they should do it in a new way based on that most customers already now have upgraded to the business suite. And this is what the BPX Associate and Professional Education can ensure.
Well, I definitely want to get on that train myself, so thanks for laying out that strategy. We have really basically 30 seconds left in this video, but maybe briefly you can just say you do have a book on BPM for folks who want to get started, and then resources on BPX as well for project teams who want to know this. Is that where they should go next?
Yes. Actually, the BPX Associate Professional Education is based on a book called Business Process Management, the SAP Roadmap, that we launched beginning of the year. This is actually a book that would really give you the type of skills that you need to have to kind of work in the new way. So I would definitely recommend you to look into the book or into the education to update your skills.
Well, Anne, thanks for joining us today. I know our viewers will enjoy it, and best of luck in your next ventures for BPM and SAP.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.